All right, Boria, I mean, we don't really have to set up, an India-Pakistan clash. There's always a lot of hype around a matchup like this. There's always too much to look forward to. But this one is actually very crucial for both teams in the progression in the Asia Cup. So, we call it a virtual semi-final or a virtual final before the final. This one truly is a virtual semi-final.
Of course it is. I mean, and you set it up quite nicely there. I mean, reputations are made, champions are born. This is a match to get to immortality. For players from both sides, you make a statement in this match, you are turned immortal in the echelons of cricket from both sides. It's as simple as that. India versus Pakistan, perhaps a rivalry bigger than the Ashes. So, yes, I mean, and there are rivalries within rivalries. There's Saeed Ajmal versus Virat Kohli, for example. I mean, there's the Pakistan fast bowlers versus the Indian batsmen. And in my book, it will actually be decided how the Indian batsmen face up to the Pakistani bowling. And Virat Kohli shapes up against Saeed Ajmal. Because I don't think there's anybody in this world who's faced Saeed Ajmal better.
Yes, we will get you that record against Saeed Ajmal as well. But before I talk about, I mean, it's always a matchup actually between India's batting versus Pakistan's bowling. That's how traditionally this matchup has been. But given how India performed or the middle order failed to perform against Sri Lanka, would you say Pakistan are favourites in this one?
It's very difficult. I mean, because Pakistan yet again is an unpredictable side. I mean, what Pakistan or which Pakistan will turn up on the day? Because if it's the Pakistan on a day they can beat anybody in the world, on the other day they'll collapse. So an India-Pakistan matchup, has a lot of very interesting nuances or a very interesting side bits to a match. And there I think the Indian body language is not bad. I think Virat Kohli has that extra zing about him. In the recent past, India has taken Pakistan out in the Champions Trophy. We've beaten them last time in the Asia Cup. We've beaten them in high-stake encounters in several multi-nation tournaments. So I don't think Pakistan will have the edge though.
All right, the fact that this is a match between India and Pakistan and is a must-win encounter really for both teams. Let's just take a look at the biggest strengths that Team India has versus the weaknesses that Pakistan has on their side. Of course, in one line, it is always a matchup between India's batting versus Pakistan's bowling. Pakistan bowling always has the edge over India, Boria. And on paper, would you say that Pakistan, given current form of their top 6 batsmen, they actually match man for man right now?
They do, especially with India missing Mahendra Singh Dhoni.
Yeah.
I mean, that is the single biggest point that this team will have to overcome in today's game. Pakistan does. I mean, Umar Akmal, Misbah-ul-Haq, lower order Shahid Afridi, they're solid batsmen. I mean, yes, Shahid Afridi has a poor record in big games. I know that, but Misbah-ul-Haq,
he does well against India, either with the bat or the ball.
Absolutely, and look, Shahid Afridi is a big match player.
Yeah.
And on days like this, you need players who can sort of have that X factor about them, rise like a phoenix, take the match by the scruff of the neck and do it, which Umar Akmal is capable of, which Misbah-ul-Haq is capable of. Yeah. Think about our middle order. Dinesh Karthik, Ambati Rayudu, who I don't think will play today, perhaps Cheteshwar Pujara. But then Cheteshwar Pujara is making a one-day comeback or a debut of sorts, and you can't expect too much from him.
It's not fair to expect him to suddenly come and hit a great stride.
So in that sense, the batting lineup that we say, the vaunted, the much talked about Indian batting lineup, where is it? Shikhar Dhawan, Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli. Yes.
If they don't perform, we're in trouble.
Gone.
And what are the changes you'd like to see in the bowling department? You want, Varun Arun to come back. There is a case for the third seamer.
Not perhaps Varun Arun. If you don't want Varun Arun to come back because if you think he's... Look, you've dropped him. Why have you dropped him? Underconfidence or lack of form? What has he done to prove himself to make a comeback? Then why not Ishwar Pandey?
But there could be a case for horses for courses.
Sure, but Mirpur again is not a stadium, having covered loads of cricket in that stadium. Then why not Ishwar Pandey? But yes, 5 pure bowlers. There is no question you cannot have a Stuart Binnie coming and doing 4 WW overs and batting at number 8, not getting to use his full potential. If it's a Stuart Binnie, he has to replace an Ashwin or a Jadeja. That's not par for the course in the Asia Cup. So he has to wait for his turn. You need 5 specialist bowlers against Pakistan.
And what about Virat Kohli as a captain so far? He has a stellar record and he was going for that record to match against Dhoni and Dravid for 9 successive wins in ODIs. Didn't come to him against Sri Lanka. But you have confidence in him not just to raise his game as a batsman but also as a captain in this match?
Yeah, I like him. I mean, I've always said it. I sort of stuck my neck out 2 years back saying Virat should be made captain. I've written tons about it. Even the last day, that last catch that Shikhar Dhawan dropped with Sri Lanka, the scores tied, you could see his body language, which was one of angry,
He's aggressive, and he doesn't like to hide it or can't hide it.
I like it. I mean, I actually like that kind of body language. I think Virat Kohli has that X factor about him to rise above and inspire his teammates. Perhaps he should talk to Rohit Sharma.
Yeah.
Because Rohit Sharma is a key member in this side, as is Ajinkya Rahane. He should talk to these guys because they have loads of potential, that this is what I want. I mean, Rohit Sharma cannot flounder anymore. Shikhar Dhawan has that zing. So yes, I mean, Virat Kohli as skipper, I think has the potential to deliver. Question is, does he have the team without a Mahendra Singh Dhoni?
All right, Team India's journey in this year's Asia Cup has been topsy-turvy, winning the opener versus Bangladesh, but then losing a thriller against Sri Lanka. What are India's weaknesses? How will Virat tackle those problems ahead of the big clash? Lots on stake, and that's always the case. Virat Kohli has played against Pakistan enough. Many in this team have. They know what to expect. There perhaps will be a few nerves because right now he's leading a team against Pakistan, and you know that can perhaps get the better of many people. But Virat Kohli looks to be up to the task. What are the fielding? It has to do something about it. You cannot hope to win tournaments and, you know, be #1 in the world with that kind of sloppy fielding.
Yeah, but I think it was an aberration. I mean, some of the fielders in this side, Ravindra Jadeja, Shikhar Dhawan, Rohit Sharma and Ajinkya Rahane are top quality.
We're missing Raina, isn't it, in that department?
We are absolutely missing Suresh, but the fact is these four inside the ring are equally good, if not better. I mean, Ravindra Jadeja, Shikhar Dhawan, Rohit Sharma and Rahane, I think can make any team by strength of their fielding. So the question is, I think it was an aberration. Virat himself.
There have been 2 collisions in 2 matches already.
Which is foolish. I mean, Rahane and Shami.
Yeah.
And the first match, Ambati Raidu and Shami.
Rahane was involved in both.
No, Shami was involved in both. The first match was Raidu and Shami. But the point is, you've got to call. I mean, it's the basic in cricket, call loud. So, yes, you've got to avoid such things today. Having said that, I think India will lift. You know, for some reason I have a feeling India will lift themselves up.
From Pakistan side, who are the danger men for you? Of course, for India, Pakistan knows Virat Kohli is the key man. They have to get him out cheaply.
And I know the fellow very well. I mean, I know that chap doesn't have nerves. I mean, he is extremely talented. And you've got to back Saeed Ajmal. I mean, if Pakistan get past Virat Kohli, I don't see too many in this lineup who will read Saeed Ajmal. They have not faced, I mean, many of them have not faced Saeed Ajmal too many times. The lower middle order and the middle order, middle and lower middle, they have not been able, so that, you know, Dusra from the back of the hand, if you start reading Saeed Ajmal from the pitch, you are done. So again, Virat Kohli is the central figure in this Indian lineup.
But the way Mendes foxed both the set batsmen in the last match, Shikhar Dhawan and Virat Kohli, what do you make of that, you know, with the contest now against Saeed Ajmal?
I think Virat is exceptional against spin. I've seen, and this is not me saying, I've discussed it with several leading cricketers. Virat is one fellow who reads people from the hand, release point, he understands the release point of the ball. I'm not reading too much into that. I mean, that Mendes delivery just spin that much to evade the bat. But again, I mean, you have to say this team is 50% reliant on
But there's no denying that we are relying too much on Virat Kohli.
100%. Without Mahendra Singh Dhoni, I said it last time, you know, against Sri Lanka, the Sri Lanka started favourites. Without a Mahendra Singh Dhoni in the middle order to finish the game for you, it is 50% Virat Kohli.
Yeah, absolutely. That's never a good sign, but Virat so far has really, you know, put his hand up and actually delivered for India each and every time. His form in the shorter format especially is just exceptional, and India will hope to ride on that against their arch rivals. Boria, thanks a lot for joining us. Of course, Boria and former Indian captain Saurav Ganguly will join us once again at 1 p.m. Watch our special preview as we talk even in more detail as the match starts a little bit later than that. For the meantime, it's goodbye from me. Maha will join you on the other.